Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Q&A Sundays. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys caught yesterday's show. It was a good one. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for you guys to get up in here so we can get started on this beautiful South Carolina. It's not as warm, but being from Seattle, it's warm. Okay, it's not that Seattle September cold. It's that South Carolina cold, which means it's like 66. you know, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it here. I'm so glad I made this choice. What's up, NC Biggs? What's up, Steven? How you doing? First ones to jump up in here. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. I sure am. You know what? I'm starting to find that I am enjoying those video reviews, man. I'm enjoying them, and those things are fun. Those things are fun. And the only way I'm gonna do those, I must be on camera so you guys can see my facial expressions, because I know I'll be making a lot of facial expressions, but you guys in the background, you guys have no idea how many people tell me that. Hey man, get on camera, L, man. We need to see your face, man, because you be making the funniest facial expressions. And I don't really realize that I'm doing it because I'll be so wrapped up into what I'm doing. What's up, E-Man? What's going on? Okay, cool, man. Cool. Cool, NC. I see you. All right. Hope I didn't say morning. Did I say morning? I probably did. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes, or no, 1 minute, excuse me. 1 minute, 15 seconds. All right. Man, yesterday's video was good. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, please do. It was a review video, and I was thinking about that even after the video. I'm just like, man, damn, but again, in that video, you did notice that Eric Thomas wasn't really saying anything, right? He was just agreeing and laughing or whatever. It was just the other three dudes saying stuff like that. You know, that's crazy. Crazy. What's up, Nicer? Okay, yeah. We'll wait till the show starts. Here, let me throw that link up there so you guys can have it early. There we go. All right. About 15 more seconds. We're going to get started. I'm going to introduce myself to the new people that don't know who I am or what SMD family represents. What do we do here? Blase, blase. All right. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see by just using mathematics, right? That's all I do. And I help them see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and financing things that go down in value and wondering why they're living paycheck to paycheck. They just can't figure out why it's happening. No matter how many cars they finance, no matter how many mortgages they get, no matter how many phones they finance, they still can't figure out why they're living paycheck to paycheck. So what I do, and that's where I lived for the first 40 years of my life till I woke up, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, you basically, and now this is just a quote, not a direct quote, but basically said, hey, LJ, use the math that you learned in grade school, apply it to your finances, and you're going to win with money. And so I did, and now I'm free. So what I do is, since I've experienced an unbelievable freedom like no other I've ever felt in my entire life, now I can't help but help other people out of the debt matrix. And how do I do this? What I do is I expose what I call the glitches in the debt matrix. And like I said earlier, the glitches in the debt matrix are people that finance things that go down in value, they think it's theirs when they finance. So say, for example, here's a glitch. Financing a house for 30 years and you think you're a homeowner. It just doesn't make any sense. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. Keeping your student, go to college for 4 years and paying your student loans for the rest of your life. That's a glitch. That's a glitch. Things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people continue to keep doing them, right? So what I do is, first, to help you out of, if you're new to the channel, this is what I want you to, you probably don't understand what a glitch really means. Okay, so I'm going to use you personally. Okay, so you can understand. So add up all your savings and add up all your debt. Okay, and your savings is anything that that doesn't have the bank's name on it is yours. Anything that has the bank's name on it, right, is not really yours. So that's debt to you. So if it has the bank's name on it, that's debt. That's not savings. That it's not, you don't own the equity in a house that you don't own, stuff like that. So I want you to add up all your savings and then add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Okay, one more time, just like the name. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, here's the glitch. That's going to be a very large negative number. Okay, don't worry. Millions of you are the same. So don't worry. Don't feel like you're alone in this. Okay. All right. It's going to be a large negative number. Now, here's the glitch. To free yourself from the debt matrix, all you got to do is believe your own math. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. After you put in all the numbers of all the debt you owe, right? Now you got to do is believe your own math. Once you believe and understand that you don't, and not even believe, all you got to do is trust your own math. Let me stop saying believe, because math is a fact, all right? So all you got to do is trust your own math and you'll be free by believing the number that you see, trusting the number that you just calculated. When you look at this large negative number, you got to say to yourself, I have no money. Why? Because math is telling me so. Once you believe it, you'll be free. But if you don't believe it, and you believe this, you believe the house you're living in is yours, you believe the car you're driving is yours, you believe the phone in your hand is yours. If you continue to believe that, you'll remain in the debt matrix until you're dead. Okay, that's the glitch. All right. All right. So Q&A Sundays. All right. So Q&A Sundays are about personal finances. SMD family, we talk about a multitude of things, okay? But I want you to understand, when we talk about it here, it's only in regards to personal finances, okay? I'm not talking about anything outside of personal finances. SMD is into creating the business of you, okay? You always, before you create a business outside of you, you make sure the business of you is in business. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money your business has, the business of you. If it's in the negative, the business of you is not in business, and that's where you need to start. Okay? It's simple as that. But the glitch is, I keep reiterating this, if you don't trust your own math by believing the large negative number you see, you will never be successful in any business outside of you. Okay? All right. All right, what's up, Nicer? What's going on? NC Big says, LJ, so what do you do when you have a lot of elements getting in your way to pay off debt? How do you mentally deal with all the obstacles that come at you once while paying off? This is what I do. I think about, at what point do I have, it's no longer under my control. Okay. Any obstacle, you really don't control anything outside of you, but there is a point to where you have control too, right? You can only get as far as you can. Once I get as far as I possibly can on whatever this obstacle is, I stop, because there is no point for me to keep going on and worrying about it and doing anything like that. I do it. I don't avoid it and pretend it's not there. I go straight towards it and say, okay, at what can I do all the way up to what point do I have to stop? That might sound weird, but that's what I do, because trust me and see, it's going to be more obstacles. They don't stop. And here's another here's another way to look at it too. I forgot this one, NC. When that obstacle comes, this is what you say to yourself. All right, why is this obstacle here? I know this might sound weird, but just say that. Why is this obstacle here? What is it? How did it get here? What was the cause of it getting here? This is how I look at things that seem to be a problem, but sometimes they're a solution hidden within a problem. Okay, so why is it here? What caused it? Because I obviously don't like it. I think it's an obstacle, so I don't want it to be here no more. What caused this? Okay, and then I'll look at to make sure whatever caused it to be here, that it won't happen again. You know, up to a certain point. It counts on what it is. I would call, but it's noisy. No problem. That's not a big deal. And that's how you don't look at it in frustration. Whatever comes into your way, sometimes it's some kind of solution or something else that is disguised as a problem for you to solve so you can see what's on the other side of it. Sometimes that's how it's disguised. What's up, Kevin? Hold on for a quick second. All right, I'm back. All right, today is about you guys. Q&A Sundays to ask personal finance questions or maybe even higher level questions. I don't know. It's totally up to you. What's up, Autumn Trees? Welcome. Again, Q&A Sunday is about you guys. I posted a link up there. You can jump on. You don't have to get on camera. You can ask a question of me. Personal finance is what you should do. Maybe there's something that you are confused about and there's nobody else to ask, and maybe you come in here to get that answer. But we are going to go just as long as there are questions. If not, we're just going to cut it off, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Because I promise you, once you become debt free, I've realized time is the most valuable thing on earth. It is. When I was in debt, I have no idea why that wasn't obvious when I was in debt. Nobody can give you more time. Nobody, nothing. So why waste it? I never waste my time ever. Obviously I do this because I love what I do, but hey, if I say, hey, I'm here free, I set out some time and here you go, you can ask all the questions you wish, and then nobody asks, then I just get off. It's not and I want you guys to understand something. When it almost seems like you're being an asshole, right? It seems like that. Because I remember when I was in debt, I came across a few people in my life that was like that with their time. Hey, man, don't be late, man, this and that. I used to always think, who are they? Why are they so uptight? Because I show up late and they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. Now I get it. I get it. Because you got to remember, if people don't realize time is the most valuable thing on earth, that means they're going to be wasting it. And then if they waste theirs, they're going to expect you to waste yours. So say like they waste their time. You're supposed to meet them at 3:00 and they wasted their time earlier in their day on somebody, or somebody else wasted their time or whatever. It just keeps transferring, right? If somebody wastes their time, now they're 15 minutes late, waste their time, now it's 15. And then all of a sudden they show up 15 minutes late to you. Check it out. And now whatever you had planned, now you're going to be 15 minutes late to whatever. See how it just transfers? It always stops with me. I let that happen one time and that's it. I'm like, hey, man, I told you last time, you said 15 minutes. Hey, man, I showed up, man. I was just running a little late. Where you at? I'll be like, I left. You don't let anybody waste your time. So that's why when I say these questions, as long as there's questions, we're going to be here. But if not, we just, okay, well, see you next Sunday. Nicer says, did Neo say stop shooting at me? Why you want to harm me when he was dodging them bullets? I don't know. Now did he say something during that part? I don't know. I got to go back and watch it. So any questions, any personal finance questions? I know, let me tell you guys what I see, okay? Because when you're in debt, you're a slave and you don't really understand that you're a slave, right? Because everybody around you is doing the same thing you're doing, just financing houses in the middle of pandemic, still financing cell phones. It doesn't even make any sense, right? You guys don't really understand. But outside of social media, because I know nobody posts the bad times, the bad financial times that they're having on social media. People post the fake on social media, even though, just pay attention to what's around you. When you're not like us, people that can see aliens, we know that that's all fake. You're pretending like this economy is not affecting you. It is. It affects all slaves. You guys are in debt. Money does, you guys don't even understand that money in any form, euro, gold, silver, platinum, none of that exists for you. That's just an illusion. None of it holds any value for you. Not even, not even the paper in your pocket. That's not even real. You can go to the government's website, and if you're holding $100 bill, say like you got $100 bill in your pocket, right? All you got to do is just go over to the government's website and see how much it costs to make $100 bill. It costs like 16.9 cents to make. That's not even $100. You just believe it's $100 in your pocket. You're in debt. You're a slave. None of this, everything I'm saying right now is true. It's not a lie, nothing. Did you know a 20 and a 50 cost the exact same money to make, like 16.1 cents to make? So it costs 16.1 cents to make a 20. It costs 16.1 cents to make a 50. But slaves believe they have $70 in their pocket. Isn't that crazy? Now, Now, when you listen to me, I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I know it doesn't, you know, you if you add up your savings and debt, you know you're in debt. You know that's your net worth. That's your real net worth, right? It's nothing. And so, and when I say money's not real, I can show that to you too, slaves. You guys want to see that money's not real? I can prove it to you. And guess what? You're still not going to believe it because you're a slave. All right. So take a $20 bill out of your pocket. All right. It doesn't matter the denomination. It doesn't matter. So if you have more than a 20, you could have a dollar bill. It doesn't matter. Okay. But in this example, I'm gonna use $20. Okay. I want you to go $20 minus your student loan debt equals how much money you have in your hand. All right, let's do it one more time. $20 minus your student loan debt equals how much money you really have in your hand. How much money do you have in your hand? Okay, so let's do one more example so you can understand what I mean. Just a second. Okay, so I'm looking up. This is what I did. I decided to look up the value of gold today. It's like at $1,934, something like that. So we're gonna wrap that around. Let's just round it up to an even 2,000. Okay, let's just say the price of gold today is worth $2,000. All right. Now imagine if you had an ounce of gold in your hand worth $2,000. Just because it's all an illusion anyway, so it doesn't matter that we're doing. Okay, it's this because this example is real to you because you're a slave. Right now, listen. $2,000. You have an ounce of gold. $2,000 of gold minus your student loan debt equals the value of gold to you. One more time. $2,000 worth of gold in your hand minus your student loan debt equals the value of gold to you. See how I showed you paper doesn't exist for you? Gold doesn't even exist for you. But yet, if you believe it does, that's the glitch. Kevin says, time is extremely valuable. I realize this as I get older. When you are younger, you take it for granted. You know, this is the problem with being, you know, when I think about when I was in my 20s and 30s, right? For number one, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you think 50 is old. You're being programmed like never before. You don't even know it. You're young. You don't even realize you're new to earth. This is the problem being young. When you're young, you are new to earth. You don't stop to say, wait a minute. When they look at people that are in their 40s and 50s, 60s, they think that's old. No, it's not old. You're just young. You are new to earth. But young people don't look at that. They don't look at it and say, damn, I'm young. I mean, they hear that they're young, but they don't really understand that young meaning you are brand new to earth. There are people that have been here 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years longer than you that might know something that you don't. Not saying everybody that's older knows something, because there are people my age with student loan debt, and I'm 50. And these people graduated in their 20s. So age really, because I don't want you to misunderstand something. Age has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. There are slaves that are 50-year-old slaves, 60-year-old slaves, 70, 40-year-old slaves, 30-year-old slaves. They're slaves. They don't know they're slaves. Did I miss NC Biggs? Okay. No, I answered this question. No, I answered this question. I answered this question, Cosmic. Oh, hello, Peggy. I didn't see you there. I hope I didn't keep you there waiting long.
Oh no, no, not at all. Hi LJ. Hi everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Can you hear
Mhm.
me okay?
I can.
Okay, great. I had an interesting conversation this week that I'd like to address with you. We had some new hires come in, and there was we offer a 401k, okay, and the company actually matches 4%. Some of these new hires, it was disclosed later, had student loan debts. But somebody said, well, at least do the 4% so that you can get the company match. That's free money. Now, I know we've talked about, really throw everything you have. You really don't have money to invest and really throw money into the loan, especially a student loan, which is so insidious. But I thought about that, and I said, well, yeah, wait a minute, this is free money. It's money for being an employee. A lot of companies don't even give you the match anymore because of budgetary or whatever. So I would just my question is, what do you think about that? Because on the one hand, yes, you should throw everything you have into your debt, but on the other hand, the mechanism for the 401k is you must participate at some level in order to get this benefit.
Okay. That's a great question. And so what I want to do is less complicated. Okay. I'm going to take all the complexity out because it sounds complex. Hey, I don't want to miss the match and take advantage of it because most companies don't do it. And it's like people in debt believe they have an option, right? They
Right.
think they have the option. So if they just add up all their savings, add up all their debt, savings minus debt equals how much money you have to get a match. That's it. And then they'll see that they're in a negative. So they can say to themselves, I don't even have any money to put in to get a match. So that's not even an option to choose it. That's all people have to do.
But okay, but if the match is well, my company is 4%. Okay, I get 4% whether I show up that day or not. As long as I contribute 4%, I will get 4% more in my quote unquote retirement. If for people who don't know what a 401k is, it's to help you save for retirement. And here's another thing, it's also a benefit pre-tax. So on the one hand, yeah, I agree with you, LJ. You preach into the choir here because yes, you should pay off your debts, but sometimes opportunities come along that maybe you should take advantage of because in the long run, or even a year from now, you're going to have double the money that you have to even also throw back at that debt. But
Let me
this is
put let me put it a different way, Peggy. Let me put it a different way because again, nothing can step outside of mathematics. Nothing.
right.
Absolutely nothing. So if you have no money, if your finances are in the negative, people have to stop believing that they have an option to invest. That's not an option. Don't even think about it. Stop thinking. You got to stop because if you have no money, you're not getting a match. You're not saving anything for retirement, and you most definitely not saving. You're not reducing your tax. You're not reducing taxes at all. You're not. None of that's happening. That's an illusion for people in debt. Everything I'm saying, I can mathematically prove.
You're not reducing taxes against the cost of the debt.
No, you're not doing anything. You're in a negative. You can't. That's impossible. It's impossible to invest when your finances are in the negative. That's impossible. If you believe you can, that's an illusion. You see what I'm saying? Like, say like this. Say like this. You have absolutely no money in your pocket. And I'm
Right.
saying to you, Peggy, if you give me $5,000 now, I'll give you $1 million. But you have no money in your pocket. How can you take advantage of what I'm telling you?
Yes, but here again, yes, but to some point that's kind of theoretical because
No, no. Okay. Let's stop here. Let's stop here.
hold on, because what I'm
Let's stop.
saying, what
No,
I'm,
I want to catch you. I want to catch you when you say something. Okay. You said it's
okay,
theoretical. Are you saying math is theoretical?
no, what I'm
Okay, then.
saying,
So it's not theoretical. It's math. That's what I'm
no,
saying. Okay.
no, I understand that it's math, but
Mhm.
even, okay, let's look at somebody's paycheck. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Let's go practical. Let's keep it base. Let's look at somebody's paycheck. Okay.
Okay.
And you get, you make $1,000.
Mhm.
And then after taxes, you get $800.
Mhm.
And from that $800, you pay bills in order for you to survive,
Mhm.
rent, food, those kinds of things,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So whatever you have left, you're basically saying is belongs to the bank if you are in debt.
I'm saying it all belongs to the bank.
Well, you
So
can't.
say like this. Say like this.
I don't. What about taxes? The government has a piece of the pie too.
Yeah. You don't get your money before they get theirs. So that's not even a part of the equation. They already get theirs before you even get your check. So that has
True.
nothing to do with anything.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's not
Right.
under your control. You don't even have an option.
That's right. That's right.
So say like this. So say like this. Say like they had $20,000 in student loan debt. Okay. Let's just imagine
Okay.
because
Okay.
now they get, say like they made, let's say they made after taxes, they took home $4,000 a month. Let's just keep the round simple numbers. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What's 4,000 minus 20,000?
Well, it's going to be negative 16,000.
That's how much money they got at the end of the month.
Okay. But if your company says, okay, of that 4,000, we're going to give you another 4% if you give 4%.
Okay,
So,
then they're gonna say. Then you say, how much do I have to put in? So let's do an example. How much do I have to? Let's say like they ask for $1,000. You got to put in $1,000 to get the 4%, right?
right.
Okay, I have negative $16,000. How can I give them 1,000 from negative 16?
Yes.
What can I give them?
Yes.
Can I give
No,
them
you can't.
$1,000 when I
You
can't give
can't.
them? I can't give them $1,000 when I'm negative 16 in the hole, right?
Right.
So that's
But
what
are
I'm
you
saying. It's not an option.
okay? It's not an option, but are you considering time? Okay, so you're $16,000 in debt. You're not going to pay the $16,000 tomorrow.
No,
You're not even going to pay the 16,000 a year from now. But a
correct.
year from now, you may have an extra $1,000 from that 60
See,
from
I
that
have no,
$4,000.
I want to show you, I want to tell you something, Peggy. I just showed you, and you still believe you can still make some money. You still believing that, right? I just told you if they asked $1,000 to get, and I'm negative 16 in the hole, I can't give them any money to make anything because I'm at negative $16,000 in the hole. But yet you still saying that, hey, I could have did this and got an extra at the end of the month. No, you couldn't. That's impossible.
No, I understand that, but you're not going to pay the $16,000 in a
That
month
takes
or in
time.
a year.
That takes time. Right. You got to work it
That
off.
takes
You got to.
time. So,
Correct.
so, so,
hmm
so, if it's going to take you, let's say you have a plan to pay it off in a year, okay? And if it's going to take you a year, isn't that actually doubling the money that you're setting aside and getting it for free from your company to be able to throw it to this debt a few months sooner?
No,
Why?
because the money doesn't exist. I keep saying I'm $16,000 in the hole, and you keep thinking I have. You keep saying I have money to double and triple and get a
I'm not saying I'm
maximum.
not. Okay, but I'm not saying I have it. I'm saying my
No,
company
not
has
you.
it, and
No,
they're
I'm just
willing to
saying your
give it to
company.
me.
Yeah,
Pardon?
but you have no money to participate. What I don't get, I don't. What part am I missing? The saying I'm negative $16,000 in a hole. I have no money to participate in anything. What part am I What part am I saying wrong?
No, you're not saying anything wrong, but the
Okay.
money that you're using to
Pay
bring
off
down
debt.
the debt, pay off
Correct.
the debt is for most people their salary, their W
Yes.
two. If they are
That's the only
employed,
way to pay off debt. You got to work. Yeah, that's the only way to pay
yeah,
off debt.
that's the only way to pay it off.
Correct. Uh-huh.
So if you're able to, I'm just, this is a conversation we had at work and everything, and so I'm just trying
No,
to,
this is cool. This is cool. I like it.
yeah, because
I like it. I really do.
I said,
I'm not
okay,
meaning to.
you
Go ahead.
can't. So I said, all right, I agree. You can't ignore the math. You cannot ignore what the math
Right.
says. But I'm saying to you is, okay, if a W-2 employee is using that money to pay off the debt, the 16,000 that you're talking about,
Which is the only
what
option.
is right as the only option? What
That
is
is the
wrong?
only option. No,
What
yes.
is wrong with taking free money from your company? Who's going to
Because
give it to you anyway?
because you have no money to participate. Am I saying that wrong? You have no money. It's negative 16,000. You have no money to participate in a 401k, into a stock market, into some gold, into some silver. It doesn't matter. I'm negative 16,000. I have no money to participate in anything. So you can't make money on, you can't match money that doesn't exist. You can't make money on money that doesn't exist. That's impossible. Am I saying that wrong? And I'm not meaning to say this in a negative, in a smart aleck way.
No,
I'm
I am.
literally
You're not.
saying, am I saying something wrong? I am negative
No.
16,000 in the hole.
Yes, I understand that. But okay, but let's take that one step further. Okay, what
Okay.
about all the people who are negative 200, 300, $400,000 for their house?
What about them? They're slaves. What about them?
Okay, but they're also investing in their 401k.
That's what they think. Yeah, I know that's what they believe. All they got to do is do the math and know they're not.
Well, all they got to do is say, "Oh, well, my company's going to give me 6%."
No, not that. You're making it too complex. All they got to do is add up their savings and add up their debt, and they will clearly see that they have no money to participate in anything. So the money okay, put it this way. Let's make it even, I'm gonna make it even more clear so you guys can, not you guys, but just to say, so people understand how clear this is. If you add up your savings and add up your debt, savings, yes, including the house, the 20-year-old student loans, all that, all the credit card debt, car loan, they will clearly see that they're in the negative. They will clearly see that. This is not a mistake. This is not a guess. This is not they'll see that, right? Instead, if they just see that they're in the negative, they got to say, okay, then how am I putting money in my 401k if I have no money? You're not. That's borrowed money. You're indirectly investing for the bank. You have no money. So that has to be borrowed money. It has to be.
So okay. So what I'm hearing is you're, in order to pay off debt,
Yes.
you must pay it off with
working.
With income, with any income, additional income.
No, I'm saying that's the only way to pay off debt is with your income. You have to have a job. Yes.
If you have a job or 2 jobs or 3
Correct.
jobs,
You do
or
15 jobs. You do whatever it takes to get out of that hole. Yes.
Yeah.
Invest. What I'm literally saying is this, Peggy, instead of trying to invest outside of yourself, invest in yourself. That's it. Just invest in yourself.
That's funny you say that, because that's the hook that they give at work is, oh, well, invest in yourself. Go, join the 401k and,
see,
get this money.
And see, if you really listen, that doesn't even make sense what they just said. Invest in yourself by investing in something outside of yourself. That's what they see. You got to hear it. You don't really hear it when you're out of debt. That's what I hear when somebody says, "Hey, invest in yourself by investing in that." Well, you said invest in myself. Why I'm investing in that? That's not myself. I'm myself. All you got to do is tell them to invest in themselves, and then they'll be free. That's it. Stop believing that money that they're investing in their 401k exists. That doesn't exist. They're not matching anything. You cannot match negative dollars. That's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I see.
People believe they're homeowners with mortgages. I don't know why they think that. Okay, whatever. I could walk up to a person with a mortgage. Hey, you know that's not mathematically true, right? They'll know. They have no idea what I'm talking about. What do you mean? No, I'd be like, what do you mean? Am I saying something wrong? You get
Yeah.
out. If the people get out of debt, they'll see how it all works. That's the company obviously makes money from 401ks from people. They get tax breaks. They get something huge for it. They're not really helping you. They're making money. They're making money
Well,
by providing a 401k. They're making money.
well, true, but also the tax break on the 401k for the individual, for the
No, they
participant.
don't get it. They don't get a tax break. They don't. It doesn't exist. You can't put it this way. If you're in debt, the benefits of a 401k does not apply to people who are in debt. That doesn't apply to them. It doesn't exist. You just think you're getting a match. You believe you're getting a tax break. All you got to do is run the numbers and clearly see that's not true.
Yeah, I guess though, but some people don't want to think that deep.
Of
They
course,
just
and we
they
and
just
we
see the
need them to
carrot and
continue.
say, "Oh, free money." Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we need them. But don't get me wrong, we need people to believe that. That's important. That's how companies make money. That's very important. We need people to believe that they're getting a match that doesn't exist. They need people to believe they're getting tax breaks when they're really not. They're not.
Yeah.
All they got to do is just do the math, and they can clearly see that none of that is true. But it's in place for people that understand how it really works to make some serious money. You can make some serious money right in their face. They don't even see it.
Well, you'll be happy to know I put my 2 cents in, and I said, "Well, pay off the debt." That's what I said.
They
Pay it off.
probably didn't. They probably didn't hear a word you said either.
Probably,
Like
probably.
Peggy's crazy. I pay off debt. Are
Pay
you
off
crazy?
debt and ignore this free money. What?
Ignore the free money. Exactly. Pay off debt. They probably thought you were like insane. You're gonna start noticing people avoiding you at work. You watch.
Well, anyway, I just thought that was an interesting thing I wanted to bring up. So
Of
I have
course.
to. I can't stay. I can't stay today. But everybody have a great day and
Thank
be
you.
well.
I saw you join in a Discord server, so thanks for jumping on there and finding
Yeah,
out what that was about too.
yeah, I did. I did. I
That
enjoyed
was
it.
cool. That was
Yeah.
cool.
So everybody have a great week. Thanks. Bye.
All
Bye,
right. See you
LJ.
later.
Bye.
All right. All right. That was great. I like that. I like that. All right. Let me catch up with you guys talking about here. Okay. She's talking to Cosmic. You guys talking amongst each other. Kelion, what's going on? You should just agree to disagree and go ahead and take 4% because that's what you want to do. No, I think she was talking for somebody. All right, nice. And I want you guys that was a good question because I really want you guys to understand something, what it's like to live on this side of the finance game. It's so simple. All you got to do is trust math. That's it. That's all you got to do is trust math. Hey, that's free money. Not for you. If you're in debt, there's nothing's free. No money even exists for you. Money doesn't exist for slaves. Slaves are believing in cryptocurrency. Can you believe that? I have no idea how the banks do this, man. This shit is just amazing what the banks do. They just throw something out there and the slaves believe it. Cryptocurrency, it's going to change the world. Is that what you believe, slave? All right, whatever. Laura says, for someone who is debt-free, would be moving to a city like Birmingham in the UK would be a good idea. Not sure what that means. Dave says, I have contributed to 3 different 401ks the past 20 years. None of that money has helped me because I was in debt. I stopped contributing the past year and I was able to pay off all my debt. Yep. The money is just sitting there, not doing anything for you. It sure is not doing anything for you. If you are in debt, if you are debt free, then yes, contribute. But if you are in heavy debt, no. Yeah, if you're debt free, most definitely check this out. If you're debt free, you will really see the true benefit of the 401k. You know what the true benefit is? Taxes. When you have no debt, You can max out the 401k every single year. Fuck the match. Don't worry about the match. $19,500. Now, when you guys hear me cuss, I don't really cuss a lot, but I want you, those of you that are new, when you hear me say a cuss word, it's to stress how important that is when I say this. The true benefit of 401k is the tax savings. $19,000, 500, say 19.5, right? You get to put 19.5 in your 401k and you get to take 19.5 off of your taxable income. People in debt cannot do that. That's millions of people in debt that cannot do that. Millions. And you can. That alone, what I just told you, that alone should tell you the benefit. Okay? Kevin says, Peggy, if you pay off debt, you won't need retirement for money for pile up. It sure will. You won't need a retirement vehicle. Check this out, you guys. Okay. This is important. Okay. The only reason why I would contribute to a 401k if I had a job, but unfortunately I have to have I have to have a freaking job to take advantage of that sizable income, right? That's the only reason. Right. But when you have no debt, you can just create your own retirement. You don't need a vehicle. That's a fantasy. That's an illusion. If it saves you, the only reason why I would invest in something like that is because of the tax benefits. Hey, how much can I knock off on my taxes if I invest in that? They give me a big number. That's what I'm investing in. Taxes are guaranteed return. But listen, if you're in debt, it's mathematically impossible for you to take advantage of taxes because you're in debt. That's impossible. My 401k has never ballooned like how the company proclaims, right? I've been contributing for over 20 years, and according to their numbers, I should have hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I know, and then also, so crazy, Dave. And then all of a sudden, when the stock market takes a hit, all of a sudden the 401ks go down. It's like, what? When I first saw that, oh, your 401k takes a hit when the stock market, I was like, ooh, yeah. Oh, that really? It's based on the stock. My money is based on the stock market. Hell no. Cosmic says, I'm listening to Peggy and LJ, but we are talking 4% towards the 401k. If you are making 50K, that's $2,000 per year. I would invest that 2K and still pay down debt. You can walk and chew gum at the same. No, that's Cosmic. I have no idea why you believe that. That's impossible. I don't know why you guys are involving your feelings. The only thing I'm talking about is mathematics. That's the only thing I'm talking about. That's it. You cannot pay down debt and invest in the same and invest in at the same time. That's impossible. You cannot do that. You cannot be in debt and invest. That's impossible. I don't know why people think they can do that. If I'm negative $16,000 in the hole, I have absolutely no money to invest in anything. I don't get why people think they have options. That is not true. You cannot do that. The key, use the money you contribute to pay debt and then buy assets. Pay into your 401k for the tax advantages, not the retirement benefits. That's exactly true. All right, let's see. Pay into the 401k when you're debt free. Otherwise, use that money to you can't that's not even an option. If you're in debt, stop all retirement. If you're in debt, stop it all because you have no money. That's if you put it, okay, I'm going to try to say this the most simplest way I can. You guys got to stop making this complicated because it's not. Okay. If you're in debt, that means your finances are in the negative. So what you're really saying, if you believe that you're investing in retirement while knowing that you're in the negative, you got to ask yourself, how can I invest into my 401k when I'm in the negative? You can't. That's impossible. You can't. The only money that you're investing in your 401k is borrowed money. Who are you borrowing it from? The bank. Okay? You guys got to stop thinking you're missing something. You're missing the 4% match. You can't match negative dollars. That's impossible. If you stop, listen, if you stop thinking like that, you will become a millionaire. Stop thinking you can. Stop thinking you can go around mathematics. You cannot. There is no way around mathematics. Toronto says she's compartmentalizing her finances. She should look at the bigger picture. It's so easy. And I want you guys to understand something. Somebody designed this system. You guys don't even get it. They took something so simple and made it look complicated. That is absolutely hands down brilliant to me. Absolutely brilliant. No matter how many times, hey, LJ, your math is right. Then why are we still talking? I don't get it. Now I'm getting frustrated. If you know my math is right, why are we still talking about investing and getting a match and 4% over time? That doesn't make any sense to me. 401ks are not guaranteed. People are not guaranteed to have hundreds of thousands. They're not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. Kevin says, to me, a 401k is a slave trap because they have all these stupid ass rules, so you can't get into it and assign. No, it's not. No, it's not stupid. It's not a trap. It's not. It's you have to be debt free to see the true benefit of retirement plans. If you're in debt, the only way I'm gonna tell you guys this: if you're in debt, you cannot see the true purpose of retirement plans. You can't see it. You cannot see it. If you've never maxed out your 401, not the match, not the max out, because if you ask the average slave, hey man, do you max out your 401k? They'd be like, oh yeah, I max out the match. No, I'm not talking about that slave. I'm talking about $19,500. Now I know the first thing you're going to think is, I don't have $19,500. Then you got to ask yourself, how come? How come I don't have $19,500? How come? How come I cannot afford to max out my 401k? How come? That's what you need to figure out. Don't worry about the company's match. Don't worry about getting the 4%. Don't worry about any of that. I see both Peggy and LJ's viewpoints. Income versus monthly expenses plays huge part in speed of down payment. Yes, it does. How does that work? In the mid 1900s, there are three-legged foundation for people who work past their ability. These people relied upon savings, family, blah, 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 pension, and here their pensions were. Yeah, I remember pensions too. If everybody follows LJ's plan, don't finance anything, pay off your house, create a business of your own, and you own every minute. You own every minute of your life. That's the ultimate goal. I want you guys to really understand. This is the goal: to own the time in your life. And you cannot, it's mathematically impossible to own all of the time in your life while having a job. I want you to just sit on that. Don't worry about, what do you mean, LJ? How can that happen? What do how can you do it by having no job? No, I'm just talking math. It's impossible to own the time in your life while having a job. That's it. Now, I want you just to carry that throughout your life. Just remember I said that, okay? Because I'm doing it. Dave says this is why Social Security isn't a. See, I don't even really think about Social Security and all that other stuff. LJ, can you set up retirement accounts when you have your own business? Your contribution is LJ. Oh, she said, LJ, you can set up retirement accounts when you have your own business. Your contribution is a tax. Oh yeah, I know that. I know. I believe the I don't think, can you get the 19.5? Can you go all the way up there as a job? I don't know. I haven't done it. I'm not even there yet, by the way. So I kind of hear it there. Women says, I'm already completely debt free, but one of my goals is to reach the FDIC federally insured $250,000 of savings with a home paid for and a primary vehicle paid for. Yeah. My goal right now is to have a paid off home. Once I have a paid off home, I'll be free. When I say free, I mean I have no job and I will own where I live. Then I'll be free. until I do that one day. Because I remember quitting my job. I thought that was the hardest thing in the world. Oh my God, that's impossible. You guys have no idea how many things ran through my brain when I decided I was going to quit my job. Oh my God, what about healthcare insurance? What about this and that and blah 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 blah? And now that I'm done, I'm like, oh, thank God I've done it. Else I couldn't be on this mic telling you guys what it feels like to own 99% of the time in my life. I own 99%. 1% because I don't own where I live. That's it. That's my goal. It's not thinking about retirement. It's not thinking about, I need this much money to be happy. And no, none of that. It's to own 100% of the time of my life. Companies push 401ks because they wanted to transfer all the responsibility and cost of your retirement onto you. 30 years ago, companies had pensions. Once they realized they didn't have to pay and be responsible for hundreds of thousands of employees after retirement, they were all in. Yeah, a whole bunch. Apparently, I need to do another Discord, man. You be doing some good Discords, man. They love you on there, Andre. And I appreciate you, man, for doing that, man. You be on there 2-3 hours. I hear the kids screaming in the background and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, he's doing it in the middle of all that. So I appreciate you, man. Cosmo says, LJ, you can go up to $56,000 for business retirement accounts. Okay. People don't know that is the limit for W-2 401ks. $56K, your contribution plus. Okay. See, I didn't know that. I'm new to this area. I'm new to this. This is all new. I'm loving my journey. Completely loving my journey, man. You guys don't even get it. I mean, I share with the members only. Excuse me. I share with the members only a lot, my inner thoughts and what's going on and stuff like that, man. But you guys, it's like I'm cracking out of a cocoon or something, man. That's the best way I can explain it. LJ Wayman says, LJ, what are your thoughts on totally owning a condo versus totally owning a home with land? I guess that's more preference, I guess. I don't really want to. You live in a condo, that means you got to have some kind of committee over you telling you what you can and cannot do to the property. See, I just don't want those kind of rules. I'm not paying homeowner association dues. I'm not having some kind of committee tell me when to cut my yard and what I can have. And I'm paying for that. No, I'm not paying for it. I'm not doing any of that. When I get my house, it will be on a piece of land to myself. Okay. I'm not buying a so-called house in one of these housing complexes where they got about 100 houses on a small piece of land where you can park 1 or 2 cars and you got neighbors fence to fence. No, I ain't doing none of that. No. When I'm talking being free, I'm gonna be free. People should ask, why is it so costly to take your money out of your 401k? Exactly. It's expensive. You got penalties and fees. Try to pull it early. They scare you. Hey, man, you can't look at I remember when I used to look at retirement accounts. They said, hey, man, you can't pull your money out to 59 and a half. The number always changes, by the way. I'm like, wait a minute. I used to say this to myself when I was younger. I have to wait that long to spend my money till I'm like 65 years old. I said, nah, man, no, I'm not doing none of that. Control is key. Sure is. It's brilliant. It's actually this system is brilliant. You guys don't even get it. If you're a slave, if you put it this way, if you believe debt is part of life, I'm sorry, man, but there's a huge piece of the puzzle you can't see. You're in debt. If you don't believe you'll ever pay off your student loans, yeah, and you put it this way, if your student loans are older than your children and you believe you're investing in a 401k, I got some bad news for you. That's not true. You think your 401k is going to do better than 20-year-old student loans? No comparison. That's not even, you go to college for 4 years, but you keep your student loans for 20? Yeah, nah. Or you invest in your retirement, you think you're getting 4%. This is okay. This for you guys in the background. I know when you go to work, it sounds like some smart people at work. They're investing in the company properly and they're always bragging about the 4% match and all this stuff. This is all you got to do when those people talk that stupid nonsense to you. You go, do you still have your student loans? If they say yes, they're not getting a 4% match on anything. There's no money in their retirement. I know that money that they see coming out of their check is going to their. No, it's not. They have no retirement. There's nothing in their retirement. They got 20-year-old student loans. Nothing is there. All they got to do is do the math. They can clearly see nothing's there, but they just choose not to trust math. They choose to believe they're getting a 4% match. They choose to believe that they're getting tax deductions on money that doesn't even exist. It's whoever invented this shit we'll never know that person's name. That is absolutely remarkable. Slaves believe they actually have the choice to invest. They believe that. They believe if they don't get up and hurry up, they're going to miss out on something that doesn't even exist for them. Doesn't even exist. Enigma says financial talk instead of mind-numbing football. Exactly. I got on my Facebook. I said, hey, man, time to start unfollowing football fans. I want to hear that stupid nonsense. People swimming in debt, worried about sports. You got to be crazy. You got to be hey, you got student loan debt? Yeah. What you worried about the next football player? I don't get it. How old are your student loans, man? I don't know, 20 years old, and you're worried about football. Ooh, wee. Leroy says, LJ, what do you feel about the 10% rule every time you get paid and 10%? I say like this, get out of debt and you won't have to worry about them stupid rules. You'll always have money. Your money will stack so fast, your head will spin. You won't think about them stupid 10% rules. Get out of them rules. Hey, I should save 10% of my paycheck and no, don't worry about that. Just get out of debt. Your money will stack so fast, your head will spin. You won't even recognize it. You'll be like, damn. Yeah, you don't have to worry about no 10%. Hey, save 50% of my check now. Your money will stack so fast, your head will spin. Lord says, would moving to another country be easier if you're debt free? No, if you're debt free, you can move to any country. It doesn't matter. If you decide to listen, debt is worldwide. Debt is not isolated to the United States of America. All you got to do, if you want to go to another country, you go over there. Debt is the same. All you got to do is just learn how they do it over there. It's all every economy runs on debt. Okay, they need slaves. You go over to UK, there's slaves there. They're in debt. There's slaves here. It doesn't matter. The currency doesn't matter. Don't worry about paper. The paper. You got to understand this. Once you get out of debt, slaves don't understand that money in any form, the euro, the whatever the money they use over there in London, it doesn't even exist. But as a debt-free person, you just go over to the UK, you say, okay, how's the debt system work here? Okay, these pounds mean this. Okay, that means that. Okay, how much does it cost to make a pound, $100 pound or whatever, how I was saying it, right? That's it. It's no different. And those people over there in debt. 401k match, compounding interest, tax-free growth, all illusions. When I lost my job, they tried to make it difficult as hell to withdraw the money. I got to the point to where I said, F it. Okay. Leroy says, what do you think about all these rules like the 720 rule and the 80-20 rule and 7 rule? Know what I mean? I don't think I got all correctly, but that means nothing. Those rules don't mean anything. Okay, those rules are for slaves. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. The reason why that kind of stuff is just designed to confuse slaves. They think this. What about that? I heard I'm supposed to save 10% of my check. I heard I'm supposed to put this percent inside of my 401k, so I'll have X amount during retirement. And money doesn't even. They're in the negative. They're not they just say those things so people will be confused. I don't know. Slaves will believe. You got to understand. Slaves will believe anything. You ask the average slave, hey man, where did you hear this 10% rule? They'll just say they. They said it. You know what, you know who they are? Other slaves. You always hear people say, "Oh, they said this, they said that, they." They never tell you who they is. You know who they is? Those are other slaves. Them, slaves. Shout out to NC Biggs for the $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to being free this month. Has been trash though. Yeah, you've been going through some things, man. But you stay strong, man. You're gonna come out on the other side, and then you look for the purpose of those things. Okay, just don't be upset. Oh my God, why is this happening to me? You ask yourself, why is that here? Why is that problem here? Why is it here now? You got to start. Don't focus. Don't get tunnel vision on the problem. You stop, look at the problem, and then look around you. Don't get tunnel vision. Look around you. Say, why is it here? What caused it? You think about all the things, and then I promise you that problem won't come again. Nicer says, I wish the repo man would. I dare you to come take my stuff back. Check and mate. I'm going on mute. I wish the repo man would. I know, right? People, so crazy when you hear people get mad when their car gets repossessed. They get mad that it's getting you know what slaves say? They say it's just like this. I've heard them say it. All that money I paid in that car, you think they think they can just come and take it? Well, yeah, because you didn't finish paying for it. Why do you think that? Shout out to Dijon for the $2 super chat. They worried about the wrong sport and score. Yep. They sure. That is true. That is true. What's up, Jammed? Welcome.
What's up, man? This is NC Biggs. What's going on?
Oh, what's up, man? Okay. I'm like, who is this? Okay.
Hey, look, no, I got a little few minutes before, man, I'm at the order soon, but I got a few minutes to tell you, I'm dealing with the issues of the custody and all that. I won't get into details on that.
I didn't want to say anything until you said it. So,
well, yeah. I mean,
right.
I mean, things are gonna go okay, but the kids are at my house right now. That's why I can't do a lot of talking at home. Mm-hmm. But the battle, it's just been, I told you, about the accident, about the accident that happened in my house, and then then this came, and I just been so distracted. As soon as I got out of there, it because I got the letter.
Right.
I got the letter the day after I got this nonsense that started happening with the kid thing. Mm-hmm. And it just feels like family members have noticed that I'm starting to change.
Right.
And so they're bringing things to me to create problems.
Of course, that's how it happens.
And it's amazing that
you're starting to be different because you're starting to be different.
Right. My family, even my grandmother has noticed that I've, she'll say things to me and I'll just be like, no, that's not going to, she'll say stuff like, I know you're going to get back with your wife, or I know you're going to do this and that. And I'm just like, look, that's not going to happen. I'm no longer married to this person. We had our moment. It didn't work. And, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to get my life together, and hopefully she gets hers together, and that'll be the best for the kids. But, whether she does or not, is the kids don't benefit from both parents being trashed, and mentally messed up. So I was just like, that's what I'm focused on.
They really, see, people don't understand when you get out of debt, your whole life changes, not just money. Your whole attitude, everything changes. That's why they're seeing a change in you, man. And they're just going to come at you, but you gotta keep going. There's no going back. I mean, think about it this way. There's no going back. So figure out. So when those problems come, you got to say to yourself, this is hard though. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard, NC, because the feelings, right? You got to say, why is this problem here? And then you got to look around and see what caused it. And then you just take care of it. You eliminate the causes.
Yeah. Right now it's just insane though. Cause it's like, as soon as I was about to go hard on, I had, like I said, I told you, I know I'm around 12,000 I'm like $12,200 away from being
Right.
free.
Hmm.
I mean, that's
I mean,
an enormous.
you could say fuck it and go back into debt. You can just
No,
forget it.
I can't say that. I'm
I know.
sorry.
See. So
I
there is
can't.
no. See what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying I said it like that. So because there is no going back. So you're gonna
No,
have to just
I
figure it
can't live
out.
like that. I can't live like that. That sounds horrible. Like
Right.
going back to debt sounds like that's. I don't even like see. And you know I've like said it like so many times. I don't like my job. I work at my job
Right.
solely because I need money. Like I don't like
Right.
my job at all.
Mhm.
So I don't like how people are treated there. I don't like how
Yeah.
they kind
Yeah.
of they treat everybody like they're slaves. And so I
They
just
are.
and for the vast majority, yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
mean, people are slaves, so that's why. And just how I even talk at work, it's just like
Right.
I don't have anybody to talk to really at work. Um,
Yeah.
I talk to maybe one guy, like, because he
Oh
paid
man.
off everything
Hey man,
but his
my
house.
bad. You eating lunch alone? My bad. My bad,
Yeah,
man. My bad, NC. You eating lunch
yeah.
alone now?
Well, no. I mean, I got one guy that he's free. He's free, right?
Right.
Everything's paid for, but his house. I mean, for the most
Okay.
part, he's free.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can talk to him, and then I can talk to another guy that understands where I'm coming from, just doesn't want to change his lifestyle to that.
Right.
And so it's been a hassle. Um, it's been a great hassle. In fact, and I don't know what to say about it all.
You know what?
It's
You
been
know what's okay. So this is what's going to be next. I'll give you a heads up. Your next is going to be isolation. Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna naturally isolate yourself from people. Not forever. So what I did was I ended up isolating myself without knowing I was isolating myself because I started being comfortable. I started really enjoying
I'm gonna
being
mute
by
my mic
myself.
real quick while I
Yeah.
listen to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really starting to enjoy being by myself. I really did. Sometimes I would, now mind you, this is when I quit my job. I would stay at home, watch movies, go places, I was just by myself, and I was really literally enjoying that. And people were like, "Hey, El, what you been up to, man?" I'd be like, "Nothing, man. Just being, man, you been going out, you been dating?" "No, man, I just been by myself." "Oh man, you ain't been doing?" "No, I ain't been doing nothing." And you really start to get comfortable. And then once I found myself, I slowly integrated myself back into the lives of people that care about me or vice versa, right? But it's just different when you do that. Some of the people you will not be able to reunite with because you're going to be so different.
Yeah, I've been having trouble. I haven't ordered yet, but I'm waiting for them to call me. But I just been dealing with so much craziness with that, and it's actually the other thing is it's weird because I don't know if women are noticing it, but women are coming at me left and right, and I'm not even, and I don't want their interest at all. We had that conversation on the other end, on the zero side of things. We had this conversation, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like,
That's a phase.
one,
That's a thing too. I went through that too. I did. I just didn't want to. It wasn't nothing against them. I just wasn't interested in right now. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't interested.
well, yeah, I mean, well, I told you, like, a lot of the, I tell them, I say, look, we can be friends, we can talk.
Right.
We can't do any of that other stuff, that extra activity stuff you want to
Right.
do. I'm not keeping
Right.
PG-13 on this side. No,
Right.
we can't do any of that. We can't do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
All I want to do is just I'll talk to you when you want to talk. If I going through something, I'll share very little, but I'll tell
Right.
you, hey, I'm dealing with something right now.
Right.
Can we talk later or something?
Right.
And they'll just be like, can we have a relationship?
Right.
How about you just come over and kiss me? I'll be like, no, I
No.
don't know
No.
what's wrong with you. What are you talking about? Stay over there.
You got to remember, because that's being a man. As a man, which as you taught young, you just never turn it down. You always go get it, go get it, go get it, right? But when you find yourself, it's not like that. You don't have to. No, the answer is no. I don't want to do that. And so a lot of women, can you imagine the amount of men that come after women that want to have sex with them? And here's one saying, "Nah, I'm good." That's not normal.
Yeah, I
You know
just,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I've just been turning them down and like I said, I've been trying to get my life together. I mean, and I'm telling everybody, I'm like, look, I'm focused on getting my life together. I don't want to do any of this. I got people that depend on me, and I need
Right.
to do
Right.
this for them, not for
Right.
me. It's for them, you know.
Yep.
One of the big lessons is, shout out to Cosmic, I learned is this, that, you know, I gotta focus on improving my life in order for me to do the things that I want to do for them. Because my
Yes.
biggest goal is to have a house for each one of them before they, when they get older, they can just have a place to stay and they don't have to worry about it.
Like I told you earlier, the biggest gift though, man, is teaching them how to live debt free, man. That's gonna they're gonna do not only their lives are gonna be free, their children's lives are gonna be free because they're gonna naturally share that with them. That's gonna they ain't gonna know it. They're not gonna know that that's the biggest gift you're gonna be able to give them. They don't even know to be free their entire lives.
Yeah, I'm and that one is going to be fun because I'm going to try to make
Yeah.
it fun for them because teaching them that is it's the world is basically okay. Hang on one second. I'll be back. You can go ahead.
I can't hear you. You're on mute. So I don't know if you know you're on mute.
Uh,
Okay, we lost him. All right. I think we got to the point though. All right, let me make sure I didn't skip anybody. Okay, Leroy says, random question, LJ. I know you watch these other content creators. What are your thoughts on all these terms: alpha male, beta male, signal, meal mode, one dumb game, or my favorite high value? I don't watch content creators that talk about that stuff because I understand it's those people, they're looking for something and they're coming to a person, these content creators, and they believe that this person has an answer for them, the things that they can only find within themselves, right? There is no, these names, they mean nothing. Alpha male, male, these are just names somebody made up. They said, hey, this name means that, and according to who said that means that, you know what I'm saying? But if people believe these names, I guess they just believe them. So I don't really, it's nothing against the content creators that say or do those things. That's business. Okay. Whatever they're doing, it's legal. So if they get a whole bunch of people to pay them to say, because they believe this person knows how to become what's called an alpha male or whatever, and they're making money, congratulations to them. I'm really happy for them. And no different than the rules that you were asking earlier. Hey, what do you think about this 70-20? Somebody made it up to make money and now they're making money. Wayman says, once you're debt free with low recurring bills, your income does not have to be high to enjoy a rewarding lifestyle. Not high at all. Put it this way, this is easier said. Life is not even expensive. Once you do what Wayman just said, life is not expensive. I promise you. You can do all the same things everybody else does, but at a quarter of the price. What's up, Landon? Landon says, how do you feel about giving family money when they need it all the time? I don't give family money. Don't give them money. First you kind of get an idea of why they need the money. If they need the money because they're behind in their car note, I'm not giving no family member money because they're behind their car note. I'm not doing that. That wouldn't help them. I would tell them to sell the car or let it go. Rule 72, it's a term investors use to estimate how long it will take to double your money. Okay. Oh, shout out to Layman D. What's up? How you doing? Thank you. Nicer, for saying that. Appreciate it. Dave Cesare says, when you change for the better, family and friends will often not know how to take it if they're not evolving. Exactly. Once they see, many will try to sabotage your growth if you let them. But those people, when you get out of debt, those people are easy to see because you clearly understand their intentions, but they don't really know. They don't really get it. Thank you, Nicer. Andre says, redefine your terms like family, friends, work. Yeah, redefine them. There's a difference between family and relative. Yeah. There is a metaphysical change that happens. It is, this is something, this is what's weird. Not weird, but you guys got to understand this. What I'm going through, I can't use any of my senses, feel, taste, touch. You can't, it's there, but you can't say, hey, it's right there. It's red. It's big. It's small. It's skinny. It's fat. You can't say, but I know it's there. Your vibration changes. That is true. When I go out now, let me try to describe it. Now that I'm debt free, living in a debt world, it's very different. When I go to store, when I drive, when I go get gas, when I shop, it's just different. I know I'm among a bunch of slaves, just going through the motions because that's what they hear they have to do. It's weird. Excuse some of the words in my last message. It was a spell. Yeah, don't worry about it. No big deal. Not a big deal. Well, it sounds like you in the middle of ordering something too. But is there any more questions? Any more questions? We're an hour and 15 minutes in. I love doing Q&A Sundays. I really do. We've been having some good questions, very good questions. And Peggy, she's a new SMD family member. She'd be coming up with some good questions. I like what she does. Leroy says, you're right, LJ. Sometimes us as men, we just need to be alone to find ourselves and just do sort out life. Okay. And once we do that, then we put things in a better place, in a better perspective. What I always try to tell people this, okay. When I first quit my job, I had to adjust having 40 plus hours back into my life. That was tough, right? That's a lot of hours. I didn't realize how many hours that was until I got them back. So I was working 40 plus, right? I had to adjust to that. And then I had to adjust being alone, right? Because when you're in the world, being alone, they make being alone seem like it's a bad thing, right? Oh, if you gotta be with somebody, or you gotta be married, or you gotta be in a relationship. All that's a lie. That's a lie. Once you're alone, and I had to even stop having sex. Okay. And it's not like I tried to do that, right? I just thought, man, if I have sex, now I gotta bother with dating and getting enough. I just wanted to be alone. I didn't feel like dealing with any of that. So I just stopped. So the first month or two it was tough. Then after about month 3, I'm good. I didn't really need sex the way the world makes it seem like a man that you should be doing that all the time. That's a lie too. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. That's a lie. Once I did that, I found myself. That's the best way I can explain it. I found myself. Leroy says, also living alone at some point in your life is a must, in my opinion. Give you a peace of mind. No shade at the man who live with someone, though. It's true. In order for me to have found myself, I had to be alone. I had to be alone. Once I started enjoying being alone, because people started thinking it was weird because I was always just by myself, in my room. I was living with my sister at the time. And I remember my sister said a couple times, Linnell, are you not going anywhere? You're not doing? I was like, no, I'm good right here in my bed, watching TV, doing whatever I want to do. I was loving it, man. I loved it. I didn't have to be doing something. What's up, Gabriel? It's been a minute. You done vanished. You probably ran off and got in credit card debt and too embarrassed to tell us. Itsy Big says, this lifestyle means you might have to leave some of your friends and relatives alone. Thank you, LJ, for helping me deal with that issue. Yeah, I've had to. Let's put it this way. Your relationship with your friends is going to change. You're still going to be friends, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same because you're not really going to have anything in common with them. You're definitely not going to be talking about the same things. A lot of slaves, they like to talk about work, what they're doing at work. Hey, man, what you been up to? Oh, man, just working, putting them hours in. You're not going to really want to talk about that kind of stuff. They all say that too. They always talk about work. Oh, man, I just been busy at work, man, putting in that overtime, man. I had to do, then they start talking about what happened at work and why work did this and their boss did that and a coworker did this. You're not going to be able to relate to that because that's not going to be part of your life. You can't say to a person that's complaining about their job, hey, man, do you know why you're complaining about your job? Because you don't want to be there. The reason why you're there, because you're in debt. They're not going to want to hear that. So eventually you're just going to get distance. But what you're going to do is you're making room for new like-minded friends because there's very few of us. There's very few of us that you can sit down and talk with. There's very few. That video about credit card yesterday was torture, to say the least. I know. That was torture, man. That when I see stuff like that, man, and again, if you watch that video yesterday, I'm not knocking those guys in the video. I'm not saying don't buy from them. I'm not saying don't go over and subscribe to them. I'm just pointing out things that don't make mathematical sense. It doesn't matter the person. It doesn't matter the person's channel. It doesn't matter who was on the panel. Debt doesn't care. Debt is the colorblind slave master because all it sees is green. That's it. Well, if there's not any more questions, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap this another successful Q&A Sunday in the books. Till next time, I guess. Unless there's some questions that I'm not seeing. Let me go over here and see, make sure. Let's see. Okay, last one is NC Big saying facts. All right, I guess we're going to wrap this up. You guys have a wonderful Sunday evening. Until next time, see you later.